5 Bigfoot sightings near Portage, Ohio in 3 days. That's the news that we saw when we woke up this morning and checked the news. As far as sightings go, this is quite a tall claim. But what exactly happened over the past week in northeastern Ohio? We're the Southeast Bigfoot Research Organization, and tonight we're going to go into breaking news on what's being called the Mantua cluster of Bigfoot sightings. So, Suzanne Stratford down at Fox 8 News broke the story earlier this week and spoke with a man named Jeremiah Byron, who's the host of the Bigfoot Society podcast. Now, he's the one that brought everybody forward on this rash of sightings that took place between March 6th and March 9th. And when he did so, he came across and talked about a multitude of different things and things that we look for in Bigfoot reports, and we want to bring those to you guys, okay? So what happened was he ended up getting a rash of reports from locals all talking of seeing a similar sized, similar colored creature from Mantua Center to Garrettsville, Ohio, all with the same descriptions, moving in a similar direction. So we needed to get boots on the ground, and thankfully we were able to do that. Now, coming with me today on the show is our newest member of the Southeast Bigfoot Research Organization. Sorry, I'm really not doing good with names last couple episodes. That's on me. But it's codenamed Myth, and he's been around a little bit learning about everything with Bigfoot, and he woke up today and he wanted to take it over. So, Myth, go ahead and help us understand your process of how today went, okay?
All right. First things first, woke up this morning, just scrolling through social media, just found a rare find, found a random video, and then I saw an article that stated that there were multiple Bigfoot sightings here in Ohio, in Mantua, and there's one in Streetsboro. They're all over the place. Newton Falls, you name it. There's been a solicited amount of Bigfoot sightings, right? So I see the article, I send it to none other than Jaster, and I'm like, hey, might have something serious going on up here. Would you mind taking a look at this? Well, we're bouncing this article back and forth, and lo and behold, it's a real article. So we took it upon ourselves to say, okay, we need to look more into it. We need to find out what exactly is going on, how many people know about it, why is this happening? We don't know. But we are deeply intrigued in getting all of the proper information and bringing it all to you. So I spent the better part of my day today doing as much research as possible and finding out every legitimate part of everything, as far as calling different news channels, as far as actually doing some investigative work on my own and speaking to multiple sources who will continue to remain nameless for right now. And then I brought all that back to Jaster, and here we are right now.
So to put this into perspective, when he's using the word sources, we're just not trying to name any specific people that haven't already told us that they want to be brought forward, and or we haven't exactly gotten those people, but we do have the information in hand. So what ended up happening for us is that once we ended up hearing that this is real, Fox 8 News up in Cleveland, I believe, right? That, or is that specifically in a
Yes,
different town?
it's in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, so Fox 8 ran with it, and okay, you hear Bigfoot in the news every now and then. So we decided to call around, and we called Channel 5 and Channel 19 News out of Cleveland as well. Now,
Yes.
we were able to talk to Channel 19. I still need to write a actual email because everything's been happening so fast in order to get a more detailed account of what Channel 19 has. But what we do have is a little bit more than what we've got right here in the news cycle right now. So, first up, the thing that really needs to be stated is that we have not seen a rash of Bigfoot sightings like this in over 50 years. That's something that was brought up in the interview on Fox. It's completely true. And it's something that we've talked about for a long time. Like, we've never really had something on this level happen. Like, we've had some good videos, we've had some good audios happen, but like, since the turn of the century, we've not really had something so dynamic, I think is the right word. And a lot of these reports right now are being verified and are being sent to on the ground. One thing I was able to confirm is that Channel 5 News does have an investigative reporting team heading to the site to interview people in order to bring in more information. So it is legitimate enough of a string of sightings that the local news has decided to get into it. I have not been able to confirm that with Channel 19 News. However, we are actively working to develop this case, so we will be providing updates. Now, the other thing that we need to bring out here is that this isn't the only set of sightings that we've got. We've got active developing sightings coming in. Okay? So as more sightings come in, we will add to that report as well. Now, Myth. My next set of questions would be, whenever you went down to talk to people, what were you able to find out? Like, were you able to verify that these things have happened? Like, are more people talking about this than just the news?
Oh, absolutely. There were quite a few people who are currently choosing to remain anonymous, and I can respect that amnesty. However, these are real people that have seen real things and had real experiences that were not prepared for it. This wasn't like a pre-planned event. They were just doing everyday activities, living their life normally, and had these real encounters. They have had some experiences that they don't know how to truly tell their story in a way that would be perceived as believable to everyday people.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and do a quick rundown of what we got so far. Now, Fox News was able to sit down with the man behind the Bigfoot Society and be able to run down some questions. Okay, so starting in Garrettsville, this is the one that we've got more of the information on. A man and his friend were walking on the Headwaters Trail when they saw a 10-foot tall, hairy bipedal creature, and it was grunting at them. However, one thing that is a key note in this sighting is that when it went to turn towards the men, it turned its entire head and shoulders. It didn't really turn with a neck, okay? That's something that is important, because in a lot of Bigfoot sightings and in the Patterson-Gimlin film, one thing that is consistent across a lot of Bigfoot sightings is the lack of neck motion, okay? The other thing is that these people are seeing something that's 10 feet tall. Now, I hope we'll be able to find some way of verifying that, like either measuring something out there to height comparison it with or something else. However, later, I think it was in the same day, we've got a older woman in Windham who did not previously believe in Bigfoot, saw something massive running in and out of her woods in the backyard, okay? She said it's a hair-covered creature, it's on two legs, and it's not walking like a bear, but like a human would, okay? Another important thing that we like to discuss here is that we've all seen bears, right? We know what bears look like. We know how bears move. Now, a lot of people have seen videos of people like bears and walking on two legs, and they can actually walk a fair distance on two legs. However, find me a video of a bear walking on two legs that looks like the Patterson-Gimlin film, and I'll pay you whatever's left in my paycheck, because you will not find one. So, the next report came from Newton Township on March 10th from a man taking his dog outside at 4 o'clock in the morning. Not exactly what you'd like to find that early, right? So, he's taking his German Shepherd outside. When the dog gets to the door, it starts freaking out. It lunges towards the wood line. The gentleman looks out there and he sees a large black shadowy figure in the tree line. It's about 9 to 10 foot tall, and the dog would not stop shaking. They don't like animals. 9 to 10 feet tall. That's a good one. But the big part of it is, like, the dog is going to tell you something is not right. Okay? Now, if it's a bear, That's all well and good. If it wasn't moving too well in the tree line, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, who knows? But this is also coinciding not just with other people having sightings near the area, but it is creating a southeasterly direction of travel. So, what do we have, guys? We've got what is possibly one of the biggest strings of sightings that has happened, and it's once again happened in Ohio. Ohio is no stranger to Bigfoot. It's actually the third most witnessed state for Bigfoot, or has the third most sightings in the entire United States. That's a better way of putting it. However, it's also a big part of where the S.E.B.R.O likes to do their research, and a lot of good stuff's coming out of there, and there's a lot of cryptid activity. Ohio is no stranger to this sort of thing, okay? Now, one thing that we want to start, this is breaking news, all right? We got this information out of the Tip Center at Channel 5 News in Cleveland, Ohio. There has been a latest sighting that has came in from Streetsboro, Ohio, that happened on March 10th around 8 p.m. Now, we are working on developing more information on this, and hopefully we can get this to you soon, okay? Now, Myth, what else do you want to add to this?
So, as it stands right now, I don't want to reveal too much just yet until I know for sure that everything is as genuine as being presented. But if it's to be believed, potentially there might be a conversation had with someone that has a sighting there in Streetsboro. And if that does happen, that is groundbreaking for everything that is going on right now. Which means instead of there being 5 sightings, that'll be a 6th sighting.
Confirmed.
It's only been, yes.
That's big. So we need to keep looking. Who knows what might end up happening? But for some reason, it seems like this Bigfoot is making his way down to my state. All right, he's tired of being a Buckeye. He's ready to see some horses race, I guess. We don't know. But we will continue to keep an eye on this case, guys. Thank you very much. We are the Southeast Bigfoot Research Organization, and you all have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.